afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this video. We have finally made it to Halloween haunt season here at Dorney Park and all across the Six Flags chain as well. So really excited that the Halloween season is finally here. This is one of my favorite seasons, so exciting to see any changes relating to that Halloween season. There have been a lot of changes regarding haunt this year, especially because of the merger of with Six Flags. So I'm going to explain those changes when we get into the park. But for now, let's get right into Dorney Park's haunt. And of course, you got that classic Halloween haunt sign along with the skeleton bros around the carousel area. Now, unfortunately, we're going to turn to the right because this is the first major change of Halloween haunts. That's right, all the mazes are now an upcharge. It is required that you get a haunted attraction pass in order to access all the mazes, which is pretty controversial in my opinion because all the legacy Cedar Fair parks had their mazes included with your admission. But right now, you have to get maze pass in order to access all those mazes. Now, there are some bundles available where you can get a single day ticket along with the haunted attractions pass, which I would highly recommend to get if you are coming for the later haunts. But season pass members can just get the haunted attraction pass itself for around $15 at Dorney Park. It does fluctuate from park to park, so just be aware of that. But here at Dorney Park, it is separated into general admission along with haunted attraction pass, or just the haunted attraction pass for my season pass members. Of course, they do sell no-boo necklaces here, so if you don't want to participate in the haunt itself during the nighttime attractions, you can get that and it'll be just fine. And right here is the carousel main stage. This is where the opening Scaremony is going to be, as well as a classic dance show called the Shrieks. We're definitely going to be able to see this tonight. These are two very, very well-made shows, especially that opening Scaremony. Do not want to miss that, and especially the Shrieks dance show. It's kind of similar to Hot Rhythm Nights if you've seen the Viva La Fiesta vlog, but themed to Halloween, which is really cool in my opinion. And we are approaching our first scare zone. That is going to be Dystopia. This is basically a futuristic sort of scare zone. It has a bunch of neon lights in it with these little boxes here. It looks visually incredible. Unfortunately, it does suffer from a little bit of space because this is a very cramped scare zone. Of course, that is the end of the zone over there, as well as by the Wild Mouse entrance. So, very tight scare zone in my opinion, but still pretty good for the nighttime spectaculars. We are going to hang left here at the Cedar Creek Cannonball. Unfortunately, not open during haunt, just because of the maze right up here, Blood on the Bayou. It does get fairly close to the train tracks, and it doesn't really have a set line to it, so they want to keep as much line as they can near the train tracks. So that's why no Cedar Creek Cannonball during haunt. But speaking of Blood on the Bayou and mazes in general, right here is where you can buy a haunted attractions pass. Now, of course, they are available for purchase online, but if you want to get them inside the park, there's going to be these kiosks right here, most likely by each and every one of the mazes. And of course, Blood on the Bayou, one of my favorite mazes. Would highly recommend this. The second maze in order from the entrance is going to be Blackout over by the Talon entrance. This is a maze fully in the dark, so you can basically not see anything except for the path in front of you. The actors are all draped in black, so you cannot even see the scare actors in there. So, if you are a fan of that, I would recommend to check out this maze. And since we are over here, might as well hop a ride on Talon. Let's do it. Talon is still amazing, and it is absolutely hauling today. Of course, that classic back left always gets a lot of whip, especially here on that 0G roll. That's how I knew it was hauling today. Just incredible ride here on this very, very good invert. The next scare zone going from the entrance is going to be Port of Call. This is a pirate-themed scare zone with all the sunken ships all around. This is also where the Skeleton Crew stage is, the second stage show. This is going to be the Haunt Stunt Show, and is really, really cool in my opinion. There's a whole bunch of acts on there. There's trampolines, there's fire effects, and right here is the stage for it. It does. I think the facade looks really well made this year. I am really happy how it turned out, but can't wait to see this when it is fully dark out. And also only natural to do Hydra next. Let's hop a ride. One ride here on Hydra. It wasn't the very back, but row 7. Still a phenomenal floorless, although was a little shakier than usual. It could just be the wear of the regular season, so hopefully they can address that in the off season. But either way, running phenomenally today. So a few notes for later tonight. Unfortunately, I do not have a Haunted Attractions Pass, so I will not be doing any of the mazes tonight. That'll be in a later video when I decide to actually get the Haunted Attractions Pass. But also, that's the kind of goes into the second note. I'll also be doing a walkthrough of all the scare zones tonight, so should stay tuned for that. And speaking of scare zones, here is the third scare zone going from the entrance. That's going to be CarnEvil, which is the clown scare zone. Now, I know a lot of people are not very fond of clowns, and there are alternate paths to kind of avoid this, but it is a pretty cool scare zone in my opinion. There's a lot of clown-themed props, as we can see by that one right there. There's like very cool Jack-in-the-Box further up there, which I'll show right now. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Other notes, not really much to say. Just your typical clown scare zone. Ooh, okay. So remember the pool that was set up from last time? That is indeed part of Haunt, except it is sort of a show / game. So it is $20 to play, and that is the target right there. So I guess it is a show and game hybrid where someone steps up, pays the $20, and then throws at the target there, hopefully sinking the actor into the pool. So I'll try and check this out for the night, but I'm not sure how many people will be actually playing this. So the next quote-unquote scare zone is not really a scare zone, rather a meet and greet opportunity. That's going to be this facade right here. Also across from it is a mini bar and DJ setup, so pretty cool there. But this is the Midway Misfits, basically a rotating theme, which it seems that this weekend is 20's theme with the speakeasy facade right here. But either way, it's a very small quote-unquote scare zone, again, really designed to be a meet and greet. And over here by Demon Drop is going to be another maze, Roadside Stop and Shop. This is actually one of the 2 outdoor mazes. It is, as we can see right over there, a corn stalking maze. So it is really, really cool, if I do say so myself. There's a lot of hidden opportunities that the haunted actors can go jump out at you, so would highly recommend this maze. And speaking of Demon Drop, it has been a while since I have done this, so might as well hop a ride while we were over here. Still gotta be one of the best drops on a drop tower, but it's still that ending part that gets me. I just cannot deal with that ending part. That's why, again, this is only an occasional thing rather than an everything visit day, but didn't do it in a while, so just had to do it. Now, I believe this is a Kids Boo Fest exclusive, but they've got some pop-up carnival games spread around the park. I believe most of them are centered in the Thunderhawk Plaza, but either way, pretty cool though. And now it's, in my opinion, it is time for the main event. Steelyard Forge Your Fear. This is probably one of, if not the best scare zones in the park. It is very well incorporated into the area with all these smokestacks that represent all the steel mill areas. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that the Steelyard soundtrack is on right now. Maybe because it is just a Haunt exclusive. I don't know, but either way, that soundtrack very well fits the area and makes this one of the best scare zones in the park. So would highly recommend going through this scare zone area. And right here in the Steelyard, right next to Iron Menace itself, is one of, if not the best regional mazes in the Six Flags chain. Ghost in the Machine. This is a very well themed maze, and it goes very nicely with the McTavish steel theme. It's so popular that the entrance starts right here, and there are switchbacks on the other side of empty buckets. That's how popular this maze gets. So would 100% recommend getting here first, although you won't you may not be able to see the full maze itself because there are, I will spoil it a little bit, so skip to this time if you want to avoid spoilers. Okay, there are a bit of outdoor portions of this, so would recommend doing this towards when it gets darker out, so you can see the full potential that this maze can be. But either way, still a phenomenal maze, and would 100% recommend that you check out when you go to Dorney Park's Haunt. And of course, one of the best mazes comes with one of the best facades. Just check out the detail on the abandoned factory here. Just absolutely incredible. Now, unfortunately, no Iron Menace Marathon today because that is the line that it is sporting, so may or may not be able to do this later tonight when it is a little bit lengthy, just to make it worth it, to get that night ride. And here is quite possibly the biggest change of the Halloween haunt season. This flipping of Necropolis, when this being the entrance and that being the exit. And just look at this sign. It looks absolutely incredible. Hopefully the people flow will be much better now that the entrance and exits were switched. Also here in the Steel Force Plaza is yet another maze. This is going to be a Trick or Treat, which is witch themed. This is one of the sort of on the lower side of mazes. It is kind of short in my opinion, but either way, it's still a fun time. Would highly recommend checking out all 8 of the mazes here at Dorney Park's Haunt. Now it is time for Redemption. Last time we went here during the tailgate at the park event, this was closed for the majority of the night, and it was listed on ERT, so hopefully, finally, we can get back here on Steel Force. Finally got a ride back on Steel Force, and in the magic seat of row 3. Got all the airtime imaginable. It is hauling today. Unfortunately, the seatbelt did tighten just a little bit, but somehow I did manage to come out of my seat all the same as in a usual ride. So really solid ride back here on Steel Force. Happy to get back on it. So possibly the most surprising change here at Dorney Park's Haunt is the removal of the Hollow Scare Zone. It would usually be in this plaza area right here, but as we can see, the only thing here is the Tricks and Treats building and that little tree stump over there. I don't know how to feel about this because this little alleyway right here, this pathway right here is probably the most potential for any haunt scare zone, and it is not being used this year. So a little sad that this area is not being used, but I mean, hopefully they can improve this next year. Perhaps one of my favorite attraction changes here at Dorney Park's Haunt is the Road Rally Boulevard. This is the overhaul of the usual Road Rally. There are a bunch of Halloween decorations, as we can see by the final turn right here, but that is all over the road rally track, and one of my favorite attractions here at Halloween Haunt, or tricks or treats if you want to call it. The next ride up on the haven't done in a while list is Thunderhawk. Finally on 2 trains, which kind of makes sense because it's going to be packed later tonight. But either way, happy to see this is finally back on 2 trains. Let's hop a ride. Hey! Very nice row 2 ride here on Thunderhawk. Although the operations were not very good. I would think about 90% of the time when the train hit the brake run, that's when they would open the gates. So very, very not good from the operations team here at Thunderhawk. So good thing I did it now, because that line is going to be atrocious later tonight. Well, it appears they already have the DJ set up. Reason being, right over there is where the haunted actors are going to arrive. Now, unfortunately, I won't be there to exactly see that since I want to be towards the main stage, but pretty cool nonetheless. Never mind, we got some people lining up here. The time is 6 o'clock, so I guess I'll just wait here, see what happens.
Watching us? Well, we work hard in the steel yard. We don't get to turn around and watch people. Oh my gosh.
What an entrance made by the Dorney Park haunt characters. Now I'm heading up to the front entrance to officially kick off the haunt season. There is one maze that I did forget to get on video. Right across from the Sea Dragon entrance is the 8th and final maze, Tourist Trap. This is a pretty decent maze. It's about middle tier here in the park, but would recommend if you have that maze pass. Made it to the antique carousel stage, ready for the opening ceremonies.
I'm breaking through the barriers of this forsaken park, and after tonight, haunt will never end! Through your voices, your footsteps, your shadows, you'll go back to your world. You'll never really get rid of me! My nightmare will go on and on until it has reached every corner of your fragile world! I can't wait to see what we will accomplish together! Creatures, enjoy your newfound freedom! Take every soul you possibly can! People of heart, beware! Tell the world Hecate is coming for you all! Long live Haunt!
Now that is how you open up a Halloween haunt event. Opening Scaremonies, which are amazing by the way, followed by the Shrieks, which is basically a rock band. Unbelievable performance by all the Dorney Park performers. That was an incredible show. A lot of pyrotechnics too. There were stanchions over there that had fire on them. There were a few sprinkler effects. Just an amazing show here at the Antique Carousel stage. Alright, I think it has gotten enough dark out. We're going to start our Scare Zone walkthrough starting here at Dystopia. Well, this just goes to show the effects that haunted attraction passes have. There is no line for Blood on the Bayou, which kind of makes sense. It is a little out of the way, but I think the haunted attractions pass does have something to do with that. Of course, right next to Blood on the Bayou is Port on the Call, so let's walk through it.
Welcome to you.
Captain. I can't see anything. Oh no! Now, I don't know if this pathway right here is necessarily part of Protocol. It's still pretty cool nonetheless. It has some green lights on it, has some lit up lanterns, a few skeleton deco here and there. It's a nice entryway to Protocol, we can say. A lot of these scare zones are kind of back to back to back. Next up, CarnEvil over by the boardwalk section.
The mine ride's quite a long. That's why I stress.
Oh, sorry. Hello! I'll always have a fun time with those clowns. And speaking of clowns, Owl Feardo's out for meet and greets. I think that is really, really cool. As I mentioned earlier, Midway Misfits is not exactly a scare zone. It's sort of like a DJ dance party with the themed characters. In this case, this week is the 20s. And here we go, we've made it to the steel yard. Unfortunately, the sign is not lit up at this time, which is a little unfortunate because it is usually lit up most of the time, but it's not a big deal right now. Hopefully they can fix that later. But either way, here we go into Steel Yard, Forge Your Fear.
What are you taping? Welcome to the Dorney Park Halloween haunt.
Amazing.
Welcome to the Steel Yard, where we forge your fear.
Best place to be.
I'm Stanley Steele.
Nice to meet you.
And I was McTavish's muscle.
Oh.
And if anybody get out of line in the Steel Yard, well, I knock them back in it.
Understandable. Menace is very, very popular tonight. Don't know if I'll be able, I want to wait for that, but I mean, I might get on it later. The Skeleton Crew show is coming up soon, so I want to prioritize that over this, but well, I'll check the line after Skeleton Crew. Okay, so the time is about 8:30 right now, and Ghost in the Machine is not even a full queue. Again, goes to show the effect that the Haunted Attractions Pass has on the park. Skeleton Crew was awesome. I mean, some of the stunts they pulled were just left my jaw dropped on the floor. That was probably one of the best stunt shows I've ever seen. Kind of up there with Unleashed at Great Adventure. So really highly 100% recommend you check out Skeleton Crew here at Port of Call at Dorney Park's Haunt. I mean, you just can't make this up. Roadside Stop and Shop is also a walk-on. Again, another one that is out of the way, but still, it's just insane. I will say it once, and I'll say it again. This path is wasted potential for Haunt. Just a little disappointing this year. So earlier I checked the Steel Force line and it really wasn't that bad, considering that it's opening night for Haunt Week. Could be a combination of everybody's on the mazes right now. I mean, it doesn't really make sense because of it is an upcharge this year, but Yeah, I don't know where all the crowds are this year, but either way, I will take that. We got our Steel Force Night Ride Redemption. I forgot how good of a night ride that is. Especially the way it's running today, is just absolutely phenomenal. All the airtime in the world. And it did get a little bit cold over by the Helix over there. And it's not even that cold out right now. It's about maybe high 50s. I mean, that is a little chilly, but still, it's not terribly cold. I'm kind of worried about how it's going to feel like later on in the October months. But either way, Steel Force is an amazing night ride. Well, I've got nothing better to do. I mean, a night ride is a night ride. The wait time did go down by about 30 minutes, which is kind of insane. I also have a theory that the hour wait time might have been overinflated. So it's just a little theory of mine, but it seems that died down heavily, so definitely going to take advantage of this short line here at Haunt. So, I managed to get not one, not two, but 5 rides here on Iron Menace. Apparently, everybody left because there is nobody waiting for this ride anymore. I guess everybody had their fun already and are starting to make their way towards the exit. Granted, I'm going to be doing the same since there's really nothing else for me to do except for the coasters, but I think I'm all coastered out right now, if you know what I mean. But ride-wise, this is the best it's been running all season, no joke. And I rode in every single one of the rows, and it did not make a difference. All the rows are running phenomenal tonight, and that's saying something because usually this is kind of running average during the night, but tonight it is just on something else. It is absolutely hauling to that layout, making it one of the perfect coasters here in the park. But either way, that was a very, very good time to end the night. Gonna start making my way towards the exit. And that will do it from opening weekend here at Dorney Park's Halloween Haunt. What an event this is, especially this year. I believe they did knock it out of the park this year. Cannot wait for the months to come for the Halloween haunt season. Also, we're going to be doing the mazes later in October, so stay tuned for that. But with that being said, make sure to leave your thoughts of this video in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course, subscribe for more theme park content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.